Hello everybody, Ron the Red Dragon here, and welcome back to another episode of The Dragon's Den. In this one, I want to talk about the reason behind The Dragon's Den. The Dragon's Den is something that I started on my very first YouTube channel. And a lot of people back then, I think, understood what the Dragon's Den was all about. But I think some people on these, on the new subscribers and the new people, don't understand what it's about. Well, I'm Ron the Red Dragon, obviously. I love dragons, and the Dragon's Den is a cave filled with history. So, as I am talking about this, the Dragon's Den is the history of Ron the Red Dragon. Or, as you people will find out, Ron Waldrop. And it's going to be parts of my life, be it sad, depressing, happy, anger, just a bunch of emotions, feelings, and then some rants. That's what people get confused. People are like, you know, the Dragon's Den seems more like a rant thing. It is, but it's not. Some things I will rant about of like topics I come across, and I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid. You know, those kind of topics. But when it comes to my life, most of the rants you'll see is from that. Stuff that's going on in my life at the moment, or my past, or something that is just going on in my life. So that's what the Dragon's Den all about. It's mainly about the real Ron the Red Dragon. That's all it is. It's all about me and my life. It's kind of like my vlog, I guess. Let's just say it like that. It's just like my vlog. A lot of people have their vlogs and they tell it the vlog, or this title or whatever. Dragon's Den is pretty much a vlog. It's not daily. It's just about whatever I decide to put on YouTube. I'm not going to make this too long, and I'm not going to make this too short. But since I gave you guys an idea of what the Dragon's Den is all about, I'm going to go ahead and give you a story. Since I'm sure we haven't had any stories on this channel yet, so why not start off with one? Let's put one on there. A lot of my friends, when we're in middle school, are always talking about, what are we gonna do when we get older? You know, we always had stuff going on in our heads. Some people wanted to be firefighters, cops, you know, all this shit. I always had like two professions in my life. Either one being a professional wrestler for the WWE, or being a football player for the NFL. And at that time, I really thought I was going to be one of them. And now it's like I probably will never be that. Because it's not that it's because I think I'm too old or something. Now, you know, I'm 28 years old. It's not really an age problem, more of a health problem. Because if I became a wrestler like I wanted to, or even a football player, I would have had an early retirement. Because I was diagnosed 3 years ago with rheumatoid arthritis. It's in my hands, it's in my ankles, it's in my wrists. And a funny story about that. When I was in middle school, I was the only kid in my class that couldn't do push-ups. And I was always wondering why. Because I would try to go for a push-up and my wrist would fucking hurt. I never understood why. Like, why would this hurt? Why now? Like, I didn't do anything. So, I would do sit-ups. I would do 2 times more sit-ups than anybody else, because they would do sit-ups, then they would switch over to push-ups. And I couldn't do it. Even my doctor said, well, if you can't do push-ups, then I'll write you a doctor's note. And I'm like, I can't. It hurts. I don't know why. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I'm too tall, or maybe it's because I'm not trying hard enough, because, you know, maybe it's because I'm lazy, or I'm just a little bit fat and I feel like I can't do it. But then I find out 3 years ago the reason why is because, according to my doctor, he said that I've had to have this since birth. And it's gonna slowly start showing. And sure enough, it did. It showed up in my hands. My right ankle kinda turns a little bit when I'm walking, so it'll sometimes either trip me, or it will like lose its stableness, and it felt like I have no ankle whatsoever. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you understand that point, then thank you. If you don't, try this. Try sitting on your ankle until it goes numb or asleep, and then try walking on it. That's the feeling I'm having right now. It's not the tingling part. It's the I feel like I'm walking on air part. It's like I can't feel my right side whatsoever down between my ankle. But if I punch it, or if I land on it, I sure the fucking feel it then. But it's like when I'm walking, it's like it's not there. But anyways, that's why a lot of reasons why I don't think I can make it into, you know, the NFL or wrestling. It's hard with the arthritis, especially when, you know, you try to open up a bottle of anything, like any kind of bottle of pills or a drink or pickles or something, anything with a fucking lid, a turning lid. It feels like at times you can do it just fine. At most of the time it feels impossible. And you feel weak. And you're like, you know, I lift weights in my room all day long. I can do it for hours upon hours, days, you know. And then you think, oh, you know, I got these strong muscles and stuff, but I go to turn something and it just doesn't want to open. And it kills your hands, kills your wrists. Kind of makes you feel useless at times. Hell, even walking sometimes hurts because I feel like I made this post on Facebook, like joking around, saying, hey ladies, come pick me up, you know, I'm single and you might want to get me before I get too old or whatever. It's because, you know, I was joking around. I always joke around like that, but there was a meaning behind it, and one of my friends actually caught on to it, and they're like, let me guess, you're talking about your arthritis. And I'm like, yeah. How'd you know? And he goes, I know you. What the fuck you mean? And I'm like, well, it's because I feel like it's going into my spinal cord, and it's hurting my back, it's hurting my neck, my head, and there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is just take pain medicine and calm it down, but otherwise, if you actually look this up, there's nothing that can help rheumatoid arthritis. If you have it, you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. There is nothing that you can do. It's kind of like cancer sometimes, except for cancer can be treatable at times, but arthritis can't. There is no cure. Some cancers, there's no cure. It's kind of like some cancers. It's going to spread until you fucking die. That's what it is. It's kind of fucked. But what can I do? What can anybody do with this, you know? All they can do is just pop a pain pill and say, well, just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going. And that's all I can do. Just keep going. I know I got a little deep in this. I'm sorry if you didn't come for this kind of video. But you know, sometimes the Dragon's Den can't always be funny. Sometimes it can't. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. The most recent one and the random one at the end of this video. And peace.
Can't hold me down. I won't be So why they ain't waiting on a nigga, man? Come on, nigga, come out here and get this shit. This shit real, nigga.
Not really. At least it's better than most hospitals. Way better than most hospitals.
Yeah.
Even Colorado wouldn't. Oh, Colorado, my mom probably wouldn't be in one.
It's been crystal clear both days.